Hi, it's Peter Carlson again. I promised to make another video on how to help and how you to win during change and transformation and make sure that you're not losing in the new century like a lot of companies and individuals will, because research shows that about 40% of all businesses will fail in the new decade because they cannot adapt to technology change. And then of course there will be plenty of other businesses who fail for other reasons. So in order to not be a loser in the new decade, it's very important that organizations learn how to communicate appropriately, in particular during change and transformation. Because effective communications is really what's going to save you from encountering too much change resistance when you're trying to roll out new projects and programs. And research shows that it's only about 7% of all people who really like change and everybody else doesn't like it much. So in order to prevent too much change resistance during your change and transformation projects, very important that you communicate early and that you communicate very clearly, and it also has to be honestly. If it's not honest communications, it's gonna come back and bite you later on, and you're going to encounter a lot of change resistance. So you want to communicate early with honest and very clear messages. Now, it's very important to use targeted communications. So you want to use the right type of communications for the right people at the right levels. So the way you communicate with, for instance, your C-suite executives, CEOs, directors, and others is actually going to be a different way of communication to how you communicate with your frontline staff or your cleaners or your load and dock personnel and so forth. And then in between that, you also have got other layers of staff, typically if you're a large organization, and they also need a different type of communication. So you got to use the right language. So you got to use a language that people truly understand, and an honest language that people believe in. Very important, because as I said before, if you don't do that, you're going to get a lot of change resistance. So what research shows is that it's very good for a CEO, for instance, to communicate very early on if you have a major change program. So the CEO or managing director goes out and put out more high-level messages explaining about the changes that are going to occur in the organization. It is, however, equally important that the line managers communicate to their people, and they will use a different language, and they will also specifically tell their people how these changes are going to affect them in the future. And of course they need to reinforce they're going to get enough training and things like that, and they're going to be supported through the change. So these are some very important tips if you want to win in the future with your change and transformation projects. Now, I'll be making some more videos in the future regarding this. I hope these early tips help you. And if you want to find out more about what we do as an organization, you can check us out on LinkedIn, or of course, you can check our website on advancedptech.com. So thank you very much for tuning in today, and we'll be back with more videos in the future. Thank you.